On a bright February morning, we take a stroll. Along the seafront from Deal, via Walmer, to Kingsdown in Kent, England. If you enjoy walking and nature, please subscribe. Every subscription, like and comment is very much appreciated. We're starting at Sandown Castle on Sandown Road in Deal. Sandown Castle was an artillery fort constructed by Henry VIII in Sandown, Kent, between 1539 and 1540. It formed part of the King's device program to protect against invasion from France and the Holy Roman Empire, and defended the strategically important Downs anchorage off the English coast. Sandown Castle was built to a very similar design to that used for Walmer Castle, but almost nothing now remains. The sea started to breach the defences in 1785, but it was still used for another 50 years before being totally abandoned. The Sandown Castle Community Garden is a beautiful award-winning tiered garden built in 1949 on the site of the former Sandown Castle. The garden has been restored by a group of community volunteers. It is accessible 24 hours a day and has free roadside parking and wheelchair access. The Hog Bean Cafe is open for takeaway from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday and 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. weekends, weather permitting, and they sell cakes, coffee, tea, sausage rolls, fresh bread, salads and snacks. A percentage from each cup of coffee sold goes towards the community garden funds. Click the link below to order online. The garden is constantly changing with the seasons. This video was filmed at the end of February. The daffodils give a colorful display at this time of year. Deal is a town in Kent, which lies where the North Sea and the English Channel meet, 8 miles 13 kilometers, northeast of Dover and 8 miles 13 kilometers, south of Ramsgate. It is a former fishing, mining and garrison town whose history is closely linked to the anchorage in the Downs. Deal became a limb port of the Cinque Ports in 1278 and grew into the busiest port in England. Today it is a seaside resort, its streets and houses a reminder of its history along with many ancient buildings and monuments. In 1968, Middle Street was the first conservation area in Kent. The coast of France is approximately 25 miles 40 kilometers from the town and is visible on clear days. Winner of the National Pier Society's Pier of the Year in 2008, Deal Pier is a significant landmark on the seafront at Deal and offers spectacular views of the town's colorful seafront and the coastline stretching for miles in either direction. It is also an internationally recognized angling venue. This is the third Deal Pier, built in 1954 and formally opened by the Duke of Edinburgh on the 19th of November 1957. At 1,026 feet 311 meters long, it was designed by Sir W. Halcrow and Partners and was the first seaside pleasure pier of any size to be built since 1910. The 10-feet-high, 3-ton bronze sculpture at the pier entrance is called Embracing the Sea, designed and crafted by sculptor John Buck in the 1990s. The King's Head is a popular seafront pub offering food and entertainment. The Deal History Society give a date as early as 1824 for this pub, although the building I believe goes back as far as 1764, according to the plaque shown above. The Regent first opened as an iron and glass pavilion in 1928. The current Art Deco frontage was added in 1933 when it became a cinema, but it closed in 1963 and became a bingo hall which closed in 2009. Deal's Timeball Tower was built in 1820-21 to carry a semaphore, but from 1855, the tower carried a time ball. This was linked to the Royal Observatory, Greenwich, by electric telegraph wires. At 1 p.m. each day, a signal was sent from Greenwich to all time balls in England, thus synchronizing their drops. This time signal allowed ships anchored in the Downs to check the accuracy of their chronometers. It ceased official operation in 1927. Deal Castle was built in 1539 to 1540 and was the center of a network of 3 Tudor artillery forts that included Walmer to the south and Sandown to the north. On the 27th of December 1539, Anne of Cleves, Henry VIII's new wife-to-be, landed at Deal and rested at the unfinished castle before continuing on her journey to meet the king. The castle came under siege during the English Civil War in 1648, when soldiers loyal to Charles I fought parliamentarians in several bloody encounters. During the Second World War, the castle was brought back into service to guard the coast from German forces in the Channel. Now in Walmer, look out for the teddy bear in the window of this house. He enjoys watching the people walk by and has quite a following. He receives letters from wide and far from loving children. In the warmer months, the paddling pool and crazy golf are a hive of activity. On the 22nd of September 1989, the IRA exploded a bomb at the Royal Marine School of Music in Deal, killing 11 musicians and seriously injuring 11 more. On the 18th of August 1992, work started on the Memorial Bandstand. The opening concert that was held on the 2nd of May 1993 included a fanfare played by the trumpeters from the band of HM Royal Marine School of Music, Deal. Today, with the generous help of sponsors and donations from the public, free concerts continue to take place at the Memorial Bandstand located on Walmer Green from May to September, with the Royal Marines Band returning each July to perform to huge crowds and to perform a rededication to those that lost their lives. Since a lifeboat station at Walmer was established in 1856, crews have received 28 awards for gallantry. Today, the station operates 2 inshore lifeboats, A, B-class Atlantic 85 and a smaller D-class. On a clear day, the ferries in Dover can be seen departing and arriving regularly. Walmer Castle was built in 1539 to 1540 by Henry VIII in response to threats of invasion from Europe. The castle was part of a 2.7-mile coastal barrier that included Deal and Sandown castles. During the English Civil Wars, Walmer came under siege from parliamentarian forces. Since the 18th century, Walmer has been the official residence of the Lord Warden of the Cinque Ports. The final part of our walk is along the Kingsdown seafront. It won't be long until we reach our destination, the Zetland Arms, for a pint and some lunch, before we head back again. The Zetland Arms is one of the closest public houses on the British mainland to France and has enviable sea views from the beach at Kingsdown. According to the old pubs of Deal and Walmer, its original name was the Earl of Zetland, and in 1860 there was a lugger of that name which sank on its way to Ramsgate. If you enjoy walking and nature, please subscribe. Every subscription, like and comment is very much appreciated. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.